Hello, everybody. This is Barry Amaker, and you're listening to Power to Press On. Thank you for joining to the YouTube channel today. It's our privilege to be with you from time to time and to present good information. The Power to Press On program is about being ready physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually so that we can be ready and prepared to fulfill the purpose God has in our life. Now, we have our part to do, and this program is designed to give us ways to do that. Well, today I am in Kathy's kitchen. Okay, she's letting me borrow it today. I am not a cook, but she is letting me borrow it today to introduce my new book entitled Biscuit Givers. Now, I couldn't cook a biscuit if I had to here in this kitchen. But I can cook a biscuit here in my heart. And that is what this book is about. This book was inspired by a trip that Kathy and I took to New Orleans. We were at Mother's Restaurant, and it's a wonderful restaurant there. You should visit it if you've not done so. Anyway, they brought us a bunch of food. Our order was just huge, with more food than we could possibly eat. And about halfway through, our sweet server, Pat, came and brought us both a biscuit, a big biscuit with butter and jelly all on the side. And I was in shock. I said, with all this food, do we get a biscuit too? Her words were profound. She said, baby, everybody gets a biscuit at my tables. And I was just blown up by that statement. And so I got to look at the other tables in her area, and I'd asked, did y'all get a biscuit? They said, yeah, we got a biscuit. Did y'all get a biscuit? Yeah, we got it. And before long, we're all cutting up with Pat, proclaiming to the world that everybody gets a biscuit at Pat's table. It was a sweet moment. Anyway, so on the way home, that thought just blew up in my heart. It just, I'm thinking, everybody should be like Pat and be sure that everybody gets a biscuit at our table. Now, our table may be at work. We might be an engineer. We might be an educator. We might be, there's no telling what your walk of life is, but everyone we come in contact with should get a biscuit at our table. And how exciting is that? So that birthed this book in my heart. Now, in the book, we use several examples, biblical examples, of biscuit givers. Now, the Bible is full of them, but I've narrowed it down to a few just to make examples out of it and try to give it relevant examples in my own life, how that applied. But one example in the Bible is where Jesus fed the multitude with just a few fish and a loaf of bread, a couple loaves of bread. And he fed the thousands of people. And then at the end of that incident, he had 12 baskets left over. The Bible doesn't really record what happened to those 12 baskets. So I took it as an example for us. Let us take those 12 baskets and we'll give them out. And I'm not sure that's what the scripture intended there, but for our purposes, it works very well. So we're going to take in this book 12 baskets of things that we can do. And how about some of these? The basket of ourself, actually. By being prepared mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally, we are prepared to give of ourselves. How about giving the biscuit of forgiveness? We all have that to do. Kindness we can do. Our biscuit of influence, being a positive influence when we walk in the room and smiling and helping people, or whatever way we can influence a situation in a positive way. That's a wonderful biscuit. Biscuit of knowledge. All of us have some knowledge that we can present to others. I can receive knowledge and I can give knowledge. All of us can have that. And generosity, we all have the opportunity to give and hope. Offering hope to people that may feel hopeless. That's a wonderful biscuit. Hospitality, encouragement. That's just to mention a few. Respect. But anyway, so that's an example of the 12 biscuits, and we go through there and we use relevant research. We use personal examples and scriptures to make this interesting. But the other thing that we do in this book is talk about, okay, we know we should be a biscuit giver. It's not hard. In fact, I would like for us to start a biscuit giving movement. We can all do that. Hey, I'm part of the Biscuit movement because I'm smiling at people, I'm encouraging them. It doesn't cost anything. Just being aware of giving a biscuit. But we know we should, so why do we not do it? And so I talk about the barriers that we can face in becoming a biscuit giver and some examples of how we can overcome those barriers. And then another real important part of the book is to be a biscuit receiver. And I'm the world's worst. I am so bad at doing that. I want to give, help. But sometimes I'm in a season of receiving, and I need to go ahead and receive. And I'm learning, and in the book I point this out, that when we receive, we are actually giving. Because when we give, when we receive, we are giving the opportunity for the person who is giving to us the opportunity to be blessed. So in that sense, we're giving by receiving, and it's just cyclical as we go through the process. It's an exciting book. I know you can tell that I'm excited about it because it can change. It can change our world. It can change the people around us just by being aware, hey, that everybody is going to get a biscuit at my table. And as I said, I'm here in the kitchen today, and I cannot cook a biscuit in here. Kathy would go in cardiac arrest if I started getting out pans and pots to start cooking. But I can, and you can, cook a biscuit in our heart, and we can serve it to the people that we are in contact with. Well, I hope you'll order your copy today. They're available anywhere books are sold and online. The Amazon and Barnes & Nobles already have them a pre-order page ready for this book, and they're already out there on Kindle and Nook and those kinds. But in either case, I hope that we'll all become biscuit givers. Get your copy today. Thanks for joining us. You do have the power to press on because greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world. Thank you.